It's time for Studio B with Jay Smack, local and regional music out of Richmond. Over 22 years supporting local music.
Welcome back to another edition of Studio B. Gravel Throat is totally wrong there. He's mistaken. He misspoke himself. It's actually 23 years, and he's not wrong because he's already sent me the stuff to make the new intro, and I just haven't done it yet. Too busy. A likely excuse. At any rate, this is Studio B. It's all local and regional music. Thanks for checking it out and checking out some of this local music. Let's get right to it. First, on this, that's coming out Tuesday, October 9th. I don't know when you're listening to it, but it's still just as good as it was then. Big No is first, and Big No has a new 7-inch released by Steady Sounds, and that's where Big No will be on Friday for the release party for this Steady Sounds single. Aptly named, even though there are several songs on it. We're just going to hear one of them. bigno.bandcamp.com. It's not there yet as of this recording, but I'm sure it will be soon, or perhaps not. I don't know. But there's other music there by Big No, so feel free to check it out. They're a really, really good band that makes really, really good music. That's my expert opinion. Life on a String is the name of the song. Here is new Big No, first on this edition of Studio B, all local and regional music out of Richmond.
StudioB, RVA. StudioB.
Freeze frame, tidal wave in the passenger side. I'm still a nervous kid after all this time. Can you imagine what it's like to be here with you now? Forget your current lover. Remember me that one July, laying bareback on the roads, watching the planes at night. Who knew one day it'd be so hard to have you by my side? Now I'm awake at 2 a.m. without a cause to draw you in. Buy low, sell high, kind of guy. Invest your time in what's worthwhile. Was I a risk without reward, or did I make you proud? Now I'm awake at 2 a.m. without a cause to draw you in. I'm just calling 'cause I'm used to it. You'll pick up 'cause you're not a quitter. You got addictions too, it's true. You've got addictions too. You've been around the world and like always return to the ones you love. You got a sense of adventure in a
You're listening to Studio B, all local and regional music. The podcast that sounds like a radio show. Well, it's also a radio show, in fact. Studio B, the radio version, not exactly the same. Much of the same music is featured on it because it all comes from the Richmond area. Either Richmond or surrounding, or DC maybe, as far north as DC, Baltimore, that area, maybe far south as North Carolina, far west as West Virginia. If you've listened to this podcast before, you've heard me say it before, but I appreciate you listening again, just to drive home the point. That was Lucy Dacus and Addictions from Historian. That's her latest, lucydacus.com. I was hosting River City Limits on WRIR over the weekend and played that song and a couple others. And after I did it, I gave away some tickets, just like a real live DJ. She's playing in Charlottesville on Thursday. And before that, the incredible Recluse Raccoon with On a Wire. Their new record is self-titled. It came out just a few days ago on the 5th, released by Citrus City Records. citruscityrecords.bandcamp.com/album/recluse-raccoon, or just go to StudioBRVA.com and link from there. Big No before that, new stuff from Big No, Life on a String. The new 7-inch released by Steady Sounds will be out on Friday. Well, that's the release party, so I assume that's when it's coming out. But they're going to be at Steady Sounds playing on Friday. Perhaps you will be too. Up next is Minimum Balance. Released January of this year, minimumbalance.bandcamp.com, and their record is self-titled. This tune is called Another from Minimum Balance on Studio B.
Love there while she
You're listening to Studio B, local and regional music.
I've seen better days. Every day is better than this Cabernet that overflows and stains my lips. Same color as the stains that decorate your bathroom sink. You're either handy with a razor blade, or you're just clumsy when you drink. Remember you dancing like your soul was on fire till December took its toll and let it expire. A new year, a brand new reason to not believe in anything at all. We're barely hanging on. We have been for so long. Our hearts grow colder with the setting sun. Another day older, but the night's still young. It's our hearts grow colder with the setting sun. Another day older, but the night's still young. It's the shadows standing still. Shake a hand over still. And you be singing, drink your fill. Wasted over still. Those days are so far gone, and so are you. Hang on, hang over, I'll be home soon. Hang on, hang over, I'll be home soon.
Studio B.
Oh, don't text me no sweet things. It's only loving
that will put a bow on this edition of Studio B. It's all local and regional music. You can check out all the show notes and what you heard and what's going on and stuff that I reference at StudioBRVA.com. Maybe leave a comment, go to the Apple Podcast page and leave a review. It helps spread the word and helps not just this little old local music show, but the artists featured on it. Just like Josh Lief. We just heard from Josh Lief with Love in Disguise. That's a title track to his latest record recorded at Montrose Recording by Adrian Olson. All profits from the sale of that record donated to the Crossroads Center in honor of Eric Clapton, whose music and recovery has been a continued source of inspiration to Josh Lief. That's on the back of the record. That's really cool. The Goodbye Forevers before that with Hanover Street from Lay Where You Fall. Available everywhere, which means iTunes, Amazon, Spotify. Minimum Balance before that, Lucy Dacus from her latest, new Recluse Raccoon, and new Big No. Big No is going to be at Steady Sounds on Friday and working on getting that band in studio for a session. I'm actually booked up through the end of the year, so early next year, unless they come in here and sometimes I do sessions here in my little studio, my little home studio. I call it my little home studio, like I'm just so proud of its new art project or something, but it's just not large. But I do those here as well. It's just a little bit stripped down compared to the Red Amp sessions, if you've heard any of those, which is quite an impressive facility, that old Red Amp. More with the old. Anyway, I got to get out of here. Thanks for listening. Till next time, support local music. Go out and see a band.
Studio B is produced in Richmond by Jay Smack at Smack Sound Productions. Send music and feedback to StudioBRVA@gmail.com. Support local music. Go out and see a band.